such a difference between us and a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. When I call you, never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. Clearly doesn't tear you apart.
This week's vlog for Goodbye Paris started off with myself, Donish, and Kevin going to see Michelle in her jazz show. Michelle is a singer and she has shows going on during rehearsals for Goodbye Paris and throughout the summer. So that was her first showcase in a series she's doing over the next 6 months or so. Look at this! Look at this, look what happened! So I'm up here practicing my tap routine for a publisher in Paris. And look what happened! I know! I can't afford new tap shoes right now!
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Oh, that was kind of... And yeah, I lost it. Are we on day 3 of week 3?
Oh god, I look so tired now. I started it like this. Yeah, day 3.
We're on day 3. Okay, day 3 of week 3, Wednesday. Yesterday we choreographed more of Act 2. Yeah, we blocked and choreographed more of Act 2. And there's just the final number which we're doing this morning. And then we're doing a full run through of Act 2, which then leaves the next, I guess it's roughly 2 weeks. How long we have. About a week and a half of rehearsals and a half week of shows. The next week and a half of rehearsals is just all about cleaning up and doing full run-throughs and all that kind of jazz. Oh, and in other news, my tap shoes are, yeah, they're done. They're kind of busted. I have to, the costume designers took them to this shoemaker guy and he's like, I'm gonna try to fix it, but it's gonna be some real sketchy glue, so just buy a new pair. So I'm looking into buying a new pair now. It's a sad week, Donish. It's a sad week. Oh, we also have some fight choreo going on this morning, so that'll be fun. All right, we've taken a quick little break, or at least I have, from blocking out the final number. This is Gwen. Gwen, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Gwen. Gorman, I guess, my last name. And I play Gladys, the Princess of Sarawak.
Yes, and Gwen and I, we are going off to an interview right now with what? Want to tell them about the interview?
Yes, so we're going to be appearing on, Windows. So Bryce and I are going to be appearing on Brett Christopher's weekly theater update that he does on his, it's like a local TV station for Kingston and Gananoque. We're going to tell him all about Goodbye Paris. He's the artistic director at the Thousand Islands Playhouse in Gananoque.
We're going to head out there. I don't know how much I'll really film about that, just because it's a different environment than the rehearsal space where it's known that my camera will be out and about. But yeah, that'll be a fun little thing. We're going to go chat about Goodbye Paris, the show, and when it's going up, details of it, talk a little bit about Paul and John, I guess.
It's true.
Yeah. And yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Talk about the workshop process.
Okay, all filmed, all done. I look much nicer than in the last time you saw me. I changed. You're not gonna see any of the interview in this week's vlog. They're not releasing it online where I will have access to it until next week. So I might throw a little segment on there for next week's vlog. Be like, hey, remember when I did this last week? But yeah, that was a lot of fun!
That was the first TV interview for a show ever. But that was your first one?
Yes.
Yes! Oh my god.
Yeah.
We just popped our TV chairs together, Bryce. How do you feel?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah! Okay, so tonight, myself and a few other of the cast are going to go see Detective Pikachu. Donna, you're gonna...
Sorry, I didn't...
Oops, sorry.
Didn't mean to...
Okay, yeah, no, it's like, I'll just start over. So,
What? I'm just...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna choose, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you wanna just...
Yeah, I'll just finish this first.
You wanna show off your mustache? Everyone wanted to see your mustache from last week's vlog.
Did everyone want... Who wanted to see my mustache?
You're the end slate of the last week's vlog.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did people comment?
Good to know you don't watch my videos, Donish. You're a really supportive roommate. This bit's gone on way too long. I just wanted to tell you that we're seeing Detective Pikachu tonight, and so I bought some Pokemon cookies and I'm baking them right now in the oven, 350, and I'm gonna bring them to the movie, and we're gonna eat them in the parking lot because we do not bring snacks inside the theater. You should not bring snacks in the theater when they specifically ask you not to bring food into the theater from outside. We are not going to do that. But we are going to enjoy some cookies. Cool. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, my name's Daryl Bryan and I'm the music director for Goodbye Paris.
How long have you been music directing?
I'd say probably about 10 years now. Started music directing in the UK, where I'm from originally.
Oh, cool.
I've been doing that off and on since I moved to Canada 6 years ago. I went to school to study classical voice to begin with, and then moved from that into conducting and music direction for like postgraduate study and professional experience. I'd say it's my first time working on a jazz musical, but I used to play jazz piano in a quintet in the UK, so I'm kind of familiar with the jazz style, but this is the first time I've worked on a fully scored jazz musical, so that's a really great experience, and to be able to put all those instruments together in that kind of traditional 1920s band style, it's going to be really fun, I think.
Chasing our shadows,
Well, with workshopping the show, there's been a lot of like, you and John have just been like kind of playing and talking back and forth, and like things are changing on the fly. How much, how much do we not see as like on like a cast? Like, so we see you in the cast, but like, John, what do you think about just doing this with a voice instead? Like, how much also happens behind the scenes? Like, do you sit down with him and kind of run through it all, or?
Yeah, I think some is happening behind the scenes, but I think most of it's actually happening like organically in rehearsals. I think it's often not until we actually try something out whether we know it's actually going to work, and then putting that together with the timing and the choreography. It's with anything when you write something and try it out for the first time, you have kind of like a perfect idea of how you want it to sound, but sometimes how that actually sounds in the real world when it comes off the paper isn't always quite the same. So no, I mean, what you're seeing is pretty much like the organic process of us figuring out what's going to work best for our cast, for our space, for our instrumentation, and trying to make sure that we're telling the story as well as we can.
And you're also band director and conductor?
So yeah, so for this particular production, my job as an MD would be to teach all the music, look after all the band parts, but then also to conduct the show. It's a 9-piece band, so when you start to get to kind of 9 pieces, by that stage we're kind of thinking about maybe having a conductor is a good idea to keep everything together. So for the show, I will conduct and direct singers. And generally, the music director is responsible for everything musical that belongs to a production. Sometimes you'll have a musical supervisor that kind of sits above the music director, and that's usually in the case that something is being produced in many different locations. So if you have like a big Broadway show, you'll generally have a music supervisor that will look after, say, all of the shows that are that show around the world.
Cool.
But generally the job of, vocal director, music director, band director, conductor, music director is all one person usually.
Okay.
Chasing our shadows, 1929. We called ourselves Les Genres. That was the time in January.
This show's being recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it's being recorded for? Or?
We're recording it, I believe, mostly for archival purposes, to show the experience of us being able to put together this musical. And also, this will be the first ever recording of it in a full production. So it was done as a concert version in the past, as a kind of a demo, but this will be the first fully proper, scored, orchestrated version of it. So we have a record of that. So we're very grateful that the entire thing is going to be recorded. For me, it's just a really unique project to be able to work on, to be able to be, working in like a collaborative way on something that's so new. So the fact that we can make changes in the rehearsal hall to what works for our cast, and what seems funniest at the time, or how we can, find, the most authentic way to tell the story.
Yeah.
I think it's a really special experience to be able to work collaboratively as we are as a whole cast and creative team. To find our way through this together, and I think that's such a good opportunity for our students and for us as creative artists to be able to work on such a project.
Do that jingle of voodoo, it always works so well with me.
What happened at Gertrude's salon? It was worse than the stories you heard.
Do the things only you.
In a word, we go all night, making love and sweet delight, until daylight, along the streets of Montparnasse. Words, 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 the year was 1929. That was the time in January, rats in the gutters, as some proof, rats and gutters nothing, and colors that one
Week 3 is done. We're now cleaning up. We spent the last couple days of week 3 cleaning up Act 1, going through things. It's become very clear that there's a lot more memorization to do for lines, but it's okay. We're going from a place of it's been 10-12 days of rehearsals, and we've gone from being introduced to a musical to almost having a musical entirely blocked and memorized. So at this point, it's just picking up those loose ends and putting our nose to the ground. Is that the metaphor? And working hard. I'm gonna spend my weekend. As of now, I do not have work, so work has not booked me, it's scheduled me. So I'm gonna spend my weekend just getting ready and working on lyrics and lines and music and all that kind of stuff. And I think we have Monday off because it's a holiday, Victoria Day here in Canada. So all that extra day just to clear up and get tied up. And now I'm gonna go babysit my friend's dog Goldo, and I'm gonna spend the night with the puppy. I'm so excited.